In a shocking revelation that has left Hallmark fans reeling, beloved actress Lacey Chabert, long adored for her wholesome image and romantic movie roles, has found herself at the center of an emotional scandal. Reports have surfaced claiming that Lacey has been secretly involved in a private relationship that she kept hidden for years, a revelation that has completely shattered her carefully guarded reputation for discretion and grace. According to sources close to the actress, the secret romance began quietly, away from the spotlight, during a time when Lacey was balancing both her demanding filming schedule and personal responsibilities. Insiders revealed that the connection between her and her mystery partner was intense but complicated, filled with emotions that Lacey allegedly struggled to navigate while maintaining her image as Hallmark's sweetheart. Fans are heartbroken and confused, as Lacey has always been known for keeping her personal life off camera. Many are now revisiting her recent interviews, pointing out moments where she seemed to hold back tears or hint at an emotional burden she wasn't ready to share publicly. Online discussions have exploded, with supporters expressing sympathy, while others are left questioning what really happened behind the scenes. The truth, insiders say, involves a story of love, trust, and painful choices. The relationship reportedly came to an end under heartbreaking circumstances, leaving Lacey devastated. Those closest to her described the split as soul-crushing, suggesting the pain she endured in private mirrored the very heartbreaks she so convincingly portrays on screen. As speculation continues to swirl, Lacey has remained silent on social media, an unusual move for the usually cheerful star. Her team has not issued an official statement, only fueling more questions from fans desperate to know whether the rumors are true. Still, many believe that the actress, known for her strength and class, will eventually speak her truth when she's ready. For now, supporters are rallying behind her, sending messages of love and encouragement. "She's human like all of us," one fan commented. "If she went through heartbreak, she deserves privacy and healing." While details remain unconfirmed, this revelation paints a bittersweet picture of a woman torn between her public persona and the private battles she's faced alone. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: Lacey Chabert's story has just taken a turn no one expected, and fans around the world are holding their breath for what comes next. Lacey Chabert, the beloved star of Mean Girls and countless Hallmark hits, has revealed a side of herself fans rarely get to see. It turns out that the actress, known for her sweet demeanor and family-first attitude, has a guilty little secret. She often buys items she must hide from her husband. From fashion splurges to indulgent treats, Lacey's confession is sparking curiosity and laughter alike. Fans everywhere are eager to know which purchases make her heart race and her cheeks flush, and Lacey isn't holding back anymore. Lacey Chabert, the actress whose name has become synonymous with charm, grace, and a quintessential girl-next-door persona, has always managed to keep her private life relatively under wraps. Yet in a recent candid interview, she offered fans an unexpected glimpse into a personal habit that might make them giggle, relate, or even gasp in disbelief. It turns out that the actress, who has won hearts through her extensive Hallmark film career, has certain indulgences she carefully shields from her husband. It's a confession that blends humor, honesty, and the universal experience of having little secrets, no matter how loving a marriage might be. In the interview, Lacey laughed as she recounted the lengths she goes to when acquiring items she knows her husband might not approve of or fully understand. While she treasures transparency and openness in her relationship, she admits there are some purchases that simply bring her joy and excitement in ways that are uniquely personal. Fans were quick to note the relatable nature of her revelations, as many people in committed relationships quietly harbor little shopping habits that are kept under wraps, whether to avoid debate, judgment, or simply to keep the fun alive. Among the items Lacey revealed she occasionally hides were clothing and accessories that she found irresistible despite her husband's practical tastes. From sparkling handbags to shoes that scream indulgence, the actress described moments of exhilaration as she added these treasures to her collection, carefully stowing them away in closets or drawers that were cleverly out of view. The thrill, she explained, is not in deceit, but in the small pleasure of owning something that feels uniquely hers, a private slice of joy that coexists harmoniously with her life as a wife and mother. Interestingly, Lacey also opened up about the mental gymnastics that sometimes accompany these hidden purchases. She shared anecdotes of calculating timing, remembering which items her husband had recently noticed, and even devising subtle decoys to keep her indulgences under wraps. Each story was punctuated with laughter and a candid acknowledgement of the silliness inherent in these little secrets. Yet, she emphasized, these moments never diminish her deep commitment to her marriage. If anything, they add a playful, lighthearted dimension to her daily routine. Food, too, makes its way onto Lacey's list of hidden delights. The actress confessed that there are snacks and treats she occasionally stashes away for herself, finding joy in bites that go undiscovered. While she often prepares meals for her family with care, these small, secret indulgences provide a comforting, almost rebellious thrill. It is a reminder that even those with the most seemingly perfect lives have quirks and small pleasures that are entirely their own. What resonates most with fans is Lacey's ability to balance honesty with humor. She does not frame these secret purchases as something shameful or harmful. Instead, they are charming glimpses into the life of someone who, despite her celebrity and busy career, experiences the same little joys and guilty pleasures as anyone else. The interview has sparked a flurry of fan reactions online, with many taking to social media to share their own similar habits, highlighting a shared human experience that cuts across celebrity and ordinary life alike. As the conversation continued, Lacey also reflected on the evolution of her relationship with money, shopping, and self-indulgence. In the past, she admitted, she may have been more impulsive or unrestrained, but over time she has developed a thoughtful approach that balances enjoyment with responsibility. Hiding certain purchases, in this context, is less about secrecy and more about preserving a playful side of herself in the midst of the routines of family life. The actress's openness has inspired discussions not only about marriage dynamics, but also about the ways in which self-expression can be maintained even in long-term relationships.
Lacey Chabert has long been known to fans as the embodiment of charm, warmth, and the kind of approachable celebrity that feels almost like a longtime friend. Her career, spanning decades, has seen her grow from a young actress beloved for roles like Gretchen Wieners in Mean Girls to a Hallmark favorite, adored for her romantic, wholesome portrayals that have become a staple of holiday television. But beyond the glamorous sets, scripted dialogues, and red carpet appearances, Lacey recently offered a glimpse into a very personal part of her life, one that has fans laughing, nodding in recognition, and perhaps a little surprised: the purchases she sneaks into her closet without her husband knowing. In a candid and humorous interview, Lacey revealed that despite her seemingly perfect public persona, she has a playful side that enjoys little indulgences that might not always align with her husband's sensibilities. She described the thrill of picking out clothing, accessories, and even small lifestyle items that she knows will delight her personally, even if they might elicit a raised eyebrow from her spouse. The secrecy is never rooted in deceit, she emphasized, but in the joy of having something that is uniquely hers, a hidden treat that adds excitement to everyday life. She recounted the moments of shopping when she feels the most alive, walking through aisles or scrolling online, her eyes catching a piece that seems to call her name. Often these items are modest in monetary value, but immense in emotional satisfaction. Whether it is a sparkling blouse, a pair of heels with just the right amount of sparkle, or a handbag that makes her feel confident and stylish, Lacey laughed as she explained how some items require a little ingenuity to conceal, carefully placed behind other clothing or tucked into corners where her husband is unlikely to peek. It is a playful game, a private ritual that brings a small rush of excitement without causing any harm or conflict. The conversation then turned to more than just fashion. Lacey confessed that her secret stash occasionally includes indulgent treats and snacks, little pleasures that are kept away from the prying eyes of her family. From gourmet chocolates to specialty cookies, these bites provide comfort and joy, moments of indulgence that are entirely hers. Fans reacted with amusement and empathy, sharing similar stories of the snacks they sneak away, the purchases they hide, or the quirky rituals they maintain in their own lives. In this sense, Lacey's revolutions struck a chord because they are not about celebrity extravagance, but about the universal experience of finding personal joy in the midst of routines and responsibilities. Interestingly, Lacey also discussed the mental dance that sometimes accompanies these hidden purchases. She described moments of calculation, remembering what her husband had recently noticed, and even inventing subtle distractions to ensure her treasures remain unseen. Each anecdote was delivered with a sense of humor and self-awareness, highlighting that her secret stash is not a source of tension, but rather a playful aspect of her daily life. Fans were charmed by the authenticity of her storytelling, finding her balance of honesty, humor, and relatability irresistible. Moreover, Lacey reflected on how her approach to shopping and indulgence has evolved over time. She admitted that in her younger years, she might have been more impulsive, giving in to whims without much thought. Today, she exercises a thoughtful balance, enjoying personal treats while maintaining financial prudence and responsibility. The hidden items, she explained, are less about rebellion or defiance and more about preserving a sense of individuality and joy in a life that is often centered around family, work, and public expectations. Her candid sharing has also inspired broader discussions among fans and followers about the dynamics of marriage, personal space, and the importance of maintaining one's own pleasures even within a committed relationship. Many viewers resonated with Lacey's approach, seeing it as a reminder that even in love, there is room for personal joy, private indulgences, and moments that are just for oneself. The interview sparked laughter and conversation online, with social media buzzing with posts recounting similar experiences, creating a sense of shared human connection that transcends celebrity.
Hollywood is no stranger to secrets. From private getaways to covert renovations, celebrities often go to great lengths to keep certain parts of their lives under wraps. But even in a world accustomed to headlines and paparazzi, it seems that Lacey Chabert, the beloved actress known for her iconic roles in Mean Girls and Hallmark's romantic films, has found herself in the middle of a delightfully relatable secret. The revelation came when Chabert, speaking candidly during an intimate interview, admitted that she has a habit of sneaking purchases past her husband. "Some things," she said with a playful smile, "he just doesn't need to know about." The news immediately ignited fan fascination. After all, here is a star who has always seemed poised and perfect on screen, now sharing a slice of domestic mischief that makes her instantly relatable. Her confession, while humorous, opened a window into the world of celebrity relationships, where even someone with a busy, high-profile life experiences the everyday thrill of a little harmless secrecy. Chabert explained that her secret shopping adventures are not born out of extravagance, but rather a form of personal indulgence, a private joy that allows her to feel whimsical and spontaneous. She described wandering through boutiques and online stores, selecting items that catch her eye and spark a moment of excitement. Some of these purchases are playful, such as quirky home decor items that reflect her personality, or gifts for friends that she keeps hidden until the perfect moment. Others are practical, everyday items that she simply prefers to choose herself, away from her husband's input. The actress laughed as she recounted a recent example. A delicate set of vintage-inspired kitchenware she had discovered while browsing a small, independent shop. She said, "I knew if I mentioned it, he would have had all sorts of opinions about whether we needed it, if it would fit, or if it matched the rest of the kitchen. So I bought it anyway, knowing it would remain a surprise until I felt it was the right moment." Fans of Chabert quickly resonated with the anecdote. Social media erupted with responses, many sharing similar experiences of sneaky purchases or playful financial independence within their own relationships. What is remarkable about Chabert's confession is how it blends the extraordinary and the ordinary. Here is a woman whose life is watched by millions, who has starred in films that often celebrate romance, love, and domestic harmony, yet she finds joy in a small, secret act of personal freedom. In revealing this playful side, she humanizes herself, bridging the gap between Hollywood glamour and everyday domestic life. It is a reminder that even those in the public eye navigate the same small, secret joys and indulgences as their fans. Experts in relationship psychology note that small, harmless secrets like Chabert's can actually be beneficial in long-term partnerships. They suggest that occasional private indulgences, whether it's a surprise gift or a spontaneous purchase, create a sense of autonomy and personal identity that strengthens the bond between partners. In Chabert's case, the secrecy seems to be a loving game rather than a source of conflict. Her ability to navigate these small adventures without deception or harm demonstrates both playfulness and respect within her marriage. While Chabert has shared that her husband is mostly unaware of these purchases, she has also hinted at a charming reveal process. Some purchases remain hidden for weeks, slowly becoming part of her home environment before he notices. Others are revealed with a flourish, a dramatic unveiling that adds humor and delight to their household dynamic. These moments, she said, often result in laughter, teasing, and shared appreciation, rather than tension or disagreement. It is a dynamic that reflects both trust and joy, showing that even secrecy can be a form of intimacy when approached with care and love. The revelation of her secret shopping habits has sparked considerable chatter among fans, with social media platforms lighting up with speculation and curiosity. Many wonder what types of items Chabert hides from her husband. Are they whimsical trinkets, luxurious indulgences, or quirky fashion pieces? The actress has teased her audience without fully revealing the nature of all her purchases, creating an air of mystery that only deepens public fascination. Beyond the intrigue, Chabert's candidness highlights a larger conversation about celebrity culture and privacy. In an era where every action is scrutinized and shared, the idea of maintaining even small personal secrets is both radical and relatable. Her story reminds audiences that celebrities, despite their fame and constant public exposure, still crave moments of individuality and self-expression. In her case, the choice to secretly purchase items is not about rebellion or extravagance. It is about maintaining a sense of autonomy and joy in a life that is otherwise highly public. Chabert's comments have also prompted fans to reflect on their own lives, drawing parallels between the star's small indulgences and everyday experiences. Many shared stories of sneaking favorite snacks, buying little items for themselves without consultation, or planning small surprises for loved ones. In doing so, Chabert has inadvertently fostered a communal conversation about the pleasures of private joys, the thrill of harmless secrecy, and the ways in which people nurture both individuality and connection within relationships.
In interviews following the revelation, Chabert emphasized that these purchases are never about conflict or hiding anything significant. It's more about fun and a little bit of personal joy, she said. Life is full of responsibilities and compromises. Sometimes it's nice to have a tiny adventure, even if it's just a shopping trip that I get to enjoy alone. Her words resonate deeply because they reflect a universal human experience, the desire for small, personal pleasures that remind us we are more than the roles we inhabit, whether as parent, partner, or professional. The narrative of Chabert's secret shopping spree also intersects with her public persona as a devoted family member and professional actress. Known for her dedication to her craft and her heartwarming portrayals in Hallmark films, Chabert balances a life of work, family, and public engagement. That she still carves out time for these private indulgences underscores her relatability and her ability to navigate a complex life with humor, grace, and authenticity.
The story has sparked commentary from lifestyle and entertainment journalists who view it as a refreshing departure from the typical celebrity reveal. Instead of scandals, controversies, or grandiose purchases, Chabert shares something intimate, modest, and playful. It is an insight that celebrates the ordinary pleasures of life, positioning her as both aspirational and accessible, a figure who embodies charm, talent, and a genuine love for the small joys that make life sweet. Fan communities have responded with enthusiasm, celebrating Chabert's honesty and creativity. On platforms like Instagram and Twitter, users share GIFs, memes, and stories reflecting similar experiences, creating a digital space where ordinary people and celebrities alike can laugh at the shared thrill of a secret indulgence. These interactions highlight the power of celebrity storytelling when it taps into universal human emotions, curiosity, playfulness, and the small victories that make life memorable. Even retailers and boutique owners have taken note, reporting increased engagement from fans curious about the types of items Chabert might secretly purchase. While the actress has not endorsed specific brands, the mere mention of her love for hidden treasures has generated buzz in the consumer space, illustrating the influence of candid celebrity anecdotes on shopping trends. Her story demonstrates that transparency, even about playful secrecy, can inspire curiosity, connection, and consumer interest all at once. As the public continues to speculate and celebrate, one truth remains clear. Lacey Chabert's secret shopping spree is more than a quirky confession. It is a story about joy, individuality, and the art of navigating love and partnership with humor and warmth. Her ability to blend the glamorous with the everyday, the public with the private, and the playful with the sincere makes her revelation both compelling and heartwarming. Fans have embraced her candidness, celebrating the actress not just for her talents on screen, but for her capacity to make ordinary pleasures feel extraordinary. In sharing her secret purchases, Chabert reminds us all that life is not just about the grand gestures or public recognition. It is also about the small, private moments that bring delight, foster connection, and affirm our individuality. Whether it is a quirky kitchen accessory, a piece of clothing that sparks joy, or a tiny surprise for a loved one, these moments create the texture of life, offering subtle adventures that enrich both the ordinary and the extraordinary. In interviews following the revelation, Chabert emphasized that these purchases are never about conflict or hiding anything significant. It's more about fun and a little bit of personal joy, she said. Life is full of responsibilities and compromises. Sometimes it's nice to have a tiny adventure, even if it's just a shopping trip that I get to enjoy alone. Her words resonate deeply because they reflect a universal human experience, the desire for small, personal pleasures that remind us we are more than the roles we inhabit, whether as parent, partner, or professional. The narrative of Chabert's secret shopping spree also intersects with her public persona as a devoted family member and professional actress. Known for her dedication to her craft and her heartwarming portrayals in Hallmark films,